Wherever you are, I wish you well. This morning hurt like hell. Where's my water? Oh boy, how we doing? How we doing? It's Q and Assault Saturday. You know what time it is. Y'all assault me with any questions you may have for me regarding your fantasy football lineups, trades, inquiries, playoffs, whatever. It don't matter. Here I am for you at your behest. I don't think even if I got that word right, it meant what I was trying to say there. Every Saturday we do this. Every Saturday we go live for y'all that are Big Dog members, BDGE.co. It's where you sign up to be a Big Dog member. In the offseason, we will have a bunch of dynasty and rookie stuff available for you if you are a member. First up and foremost, we must play our favorite Prizepicks square of thy week. And I gotta be honest, man. Maybe I'm a sucker. Maybe I'm a fool, but I love these squares. Ooh, get up out of here. I love these squares. Cortland Sutton, Melvin Gordon. They got multiple players that you could pick from to score a single touchdown, rushing or receiving. They have a bunch of different options on there. I rip Cortland Sutton and Melvin Gordon. They also have one with Sutton and Greg Dulcich, which is kind of cool too. I think that's probably the smarter play, given that Melvin Gordon's like all up in a committee right now. But you can go check it out on Prizepicks. Hit that over on the square. Hit that more on the square. It's your first time on Prizepicks. BDGE is the code to use, and it'll get you a 100% deposit match. Go look around. They've got every kind of statistic you could think of, fantasy score, all that sheesh. But I love this. I love this square. I love this shit right here. But I love y'all more. So let's answer some questions. Let's go. Sutton or Swift for flex and half PPR. For me, it's not even close. It is Sutton. Swift is a guy right now that I need to see perform on the field before he is biking my lineup. Sutton is kind of a smash play with Jerry Jeudy out. What's up? If Marquise Brown is active, would you start him over Donovan Peoples-Jones? All right, so I'm a little bit weary on players coming back from multi-week injuries. I've done a little bit of research into this, and typically you see like a drop-off in production, snaps, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't always mean efficiency, but typically you're not always back to your 90%, 98% routes that like a guy like, Hollywood was playing. We also haven't seen him with a healthy DeAndre Hopkins on the field this year. So the dynamics are definitely changed there. He's not the alpha anymore. I don't even know if he's the beta at this point. I don't know if we got enough room to be a beta in an offense right now that has DeAndre Hopkins. And Rondell Moore is eating too. So obviously Moore would probably be the dude who gets hurt from this a little bit. I actually just updated my rankings with Hollywood Brown in them. And funny enough, I've got Donovan Peoples-Jones at 73 overall and Hollywood Brown 74 overall. So that should tell you what you need to know on that question. This is also the Cardinals play, I believe, on Monday night. So that's a tough game to like risk it with. There's like multiple factors flying around. You got Kyler's kind of going to be a game time decision, I think, and Hollywood too. So Hollywood, would you play him with a backup? Would you play him with Colt McCoy? Probably not. So now you're hoping both those guys play. Both those guys are good to go. It just feels like a lot of fuckery going on right there in Arizona. Show more skin. Nobody wants that. Yo, how is there flies in the fucking office? There's not even window. We can't even crack a fucking window in the office. Why are there flies in here? Where are you coming from? Why are there mosquitoes? It's the winter. What is happening? Someone do the math. We're on the second floor. We're not even physically able to crack windows in here, which in its own right is making me want to die. I don't know how we got through the summer. Oh! Do we remove Olave for the flex and half PPR for Foreman or Pacheco? So, man, this is I will probably outright just say no here because I'm playing Pacheco. Stevie One Chains comes in here and says every name wrong so often to the point that I'm starting to use the names that he says. And now I keep saying Pacheco like a fucking idiot. I have Pacheco. If you look at all my rankings are updated as of right now, all the injury reports and shit. So if you're a Big Dog member, you have access to those. Pacheco 31. I got Olave 34, and I have Foreman at 35. So they're literally right next to each other in the same tier. So it's a coin flip for me, but I do have Foreman ranked right underneath because we've seen a floor game out of him. We've seen what happens if he does get stopped. It's really low. We've seen a ceiling. It's really, really good. Same thing with Olave. So there might be a lot of pressure on Olave right now. Their offensive line is fucking absolutely in the sunken world right now. They can't protect Dalton. Dalton can't protect himself, even if he was getting protection for. Olave should see a lot of Jalen Ramsey. So I kind of might be making the point that maybe Foreman over Olave. I like Pacheco a lot, though. I think he gets into the end zone. So I think you got to put your big boy pants on and make that decision for yourself when it comes to Olave versus Foreman. The more I think about it, the more I might actually sit Olave in that situation. What's good, Adam? Yo, Nick, loving the Penn State tomfoolery. You hate to see it. Keep up the good work. Pick 2, full PPR. We've got Pittman, Sutton, Samuel, Rondell Moore. So Sutton for sure. Sutton's in my lineup everywhere. I want to say he's like wide receiver fucking 10 for me this week. So there are very, very few lineups, unless you absolutely, perfected your fantasy draft, that you're not putting Sutton in. The dude averages like 11 targets a game when Judy's not in the lineup. And they're playing the Raiders. On paper, this is where like fantasy teams go to die. Anytime something looks good on paper, it never happens. On paper, there are just not many better options than Sutton this week. The rest of the situation's a little bit difficult. I'm probably not going to go with Curtis Samuel as long as Heineke is in the lineup. Obviously, he just like wildly favors Terry McLaurin. We've seen Curtis have like one good game with him, and it was because he caught like a lucky Hail Mary down the field. Rondell Moore gets a little bit difficult because he is waiting on Kyler Murray action. It goes back to the question before with Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown is active. That obviously makes Rondell Moore a tough call there. Like, does he revert back to his role when Marquise Brown was active as like a nothing? Feel like he's done enough that he's probably earned a bigger role, but it makes me a little bit more hesitant. I like Pittman a little bit as like a bounce back, low key, because Matt Ryan's back under center, but obviously a tough defense against Philadelphia. They got 2 dynamite cornerbacks in Darius Slay and James Bradbury playing at the top of their game right now. Philadelphia's defense, though, has been exposed a little bit recently. We saw Terry pop off against them as the number 1, so maybe Pittman gets a little bit of that. I do think the Colts go like extremely ground heavy. With Jordan Davis out, every team's been able to kind of like, I don't want to say run all over Philly, but you've seen that be the game plan each and every week, and it's working. And these teams are eating up clock, and obviously the Colts are going to look to do that with Jonathan Taylor. I think if I'm you, I'm going Pittman and Sutton there. Long-winded way of just yelling for 45 minutes. Mikey, baby. Yo, speaking of, hold up. I don't know who. I think Tony did these. We just got some new shirts in with like stitched BDGE on there. And the groovy fucking Ikey baby on the back. This shit looks dynamite. Comfort colors, heavyweight. I really want to try these on. I'm fucking excited. We got all these like retro colors. Not for sale yet, but sorry. Your name just got me excited. You know what I'm saying? Superflex, half PPR. What to do with Kyler Murray? Yeah, game time decision. My other quarterback is Matt Ryan, and I would put Pacheco in Superflex, start Ryan, and sit Murray and drink schnapps. So I'm going to assume Colt McCoy is not available. I'm going to assume Hollywood Brown is not available on the waiver wire. And I'm going to assume that what 49ers players could be available. No one worthwhile. Elijah, C-Mac, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Jimmy G, probably not. Or not. Yeah, Jimmy G available on the waiver wire. Is there anyone in your... That is weird. Why the fuck is he all the way down there? Whoever just said that in the rankings, or whoever said that in the chat. Is there anyone available on the waiver wire that's playing on Monday night that I kind of just like listed off? Are you still not trusting DeAndre Swift, even in a flex spot? He's been practicing, but also said he's been dealing with stuff. Best to fade him completely. I'm a little bit higher on him than I was. Like, I feel like I've been all over that the last few weeks. I've just kind of been telling everyone to sit him for fucking 3 weeks. I'd assume he's getting better and better, even if it's in a very slight manner. He's not an auto fade for me like he was last week. He's still in that like RB 25 to 30 range. So I've got him right now 78th overall, which can definitely be a flex spot, can definitely be like a desperate RB2 play. There will be a week eventually, like, I keep saying sit him because he's hurt. And then one week he'll get in there, get 50% of snaps, and probably have like an explosion game, or at least a few explosive plays that end up in scores. So he's not an auto sit for me. Again, I would go by my rankings. He's 78th overall in the flex. A couple guys that I have right in front of him, I do have like Allen Robinson, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Marquise Brown if he plays, Curtis Samuel. Actually, I should probably move him ahead of Curtis Samuel. But I got Devin Duvernay right behind him, Trey McBride. I do have Zeke behind him. So, maybe that gives you more of a glimpse into how I'm feeling. Pierce, Foreman, Pacheco, half PPR. Oh, for me, Pierce is all over my lineups this week, if that's my decision. I've got him up at RB10. Full PPR, start 2 in flex spots. We've got Jamal Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, Josh Palmer, George Pickens, or Donovan Peoples-Jones. So you got to start 2. I feel like Jamal Williams for sure has kind of earned that starting spot for you. If we look at the wide receivers, I think I'm probably gonna rip the 2 running backs there. Josh Palmer, I'm nervous about him this week because it looks like, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen both got in full practices on Friday. They're both going to be game time calls, apparently. They're both going to be like game time decisions, which is a little tough because it's Sunday night. But if they're active, then I don't know. Josh Palmer could just be a fucking 2 for 17 guy. His floor is really, really low this week. Pickens, I don't know if we've necessarily seen enough from him to feel like he's going to be a great PPR play. Like, he did get in the end zone, obviously, have a rushing touchdown, but that's what that is. And Donovan Peoples-Jones has shown a nice floor, but I like the upside of Williams and Pacheco here, if it's me. What's good? I don't see ever in the rankings. Where'd you rank him? Yeah, sorry. I just saw that comment. I actually just updated as you did that. I put him in as my I think I got to update the tight end rankings a little bit, but he's top 12 for me. I think he's number 11 or 10 for me. Let me see. Wait, where did he go? Yeah, he kind of falls into that same thing with Josh Palmer, where obviously if Keenan and Mike Williams are on the field, it hurts Everett a lot, just in terms of like target volume, safety, all that kind of shit. So, yeah, right now he's my tight end 10. My only concern with Foreman is Baker Mayfield for context. Yeah, no, I get it. Foreman for me is a dude who's like, how many running backs in the league are going to give you the type of ceiling that he's showing you on a weekly basis? His floor might fall out because, he's behind a Baker Mayfield-led offense, but there's just not a lot of dudes. I think Deontay Foreman's really talented. I think you roll with the punches with him, man. I think he's a dude that's like, we know he's at least, at minimum, an above average talent, and we know his team's not afraid to give him 30 fucking touches, right? Like 31 carries last week. Shit game against Cincinnati 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks before that, 26 carries, 17 touches the week before that. Like, the dude's been over basically 120 yards from scrimmage in 3 out of the last 4 games. I think Foreman feels like a dude that we got to stop overthinking. Like, the highs are going to be really high. The lows might be really low, but you don't want to miss a high game, Unfortunately not. I think we're going back to the Superflex question of this one. What to do with Kyle Murray? Game time decision. Yeah, my quarterback's Matt Ryan. I would put Pacheco on Superflex. Yeah, monitor reports as closely as you can. I can't really give you anything smart here outside of what you probably hear on Twitter or from any doctors that you are following closely. I guess the good news is that I'm high on Isaiah Pacheco this week, and I feel like he'll be pretty good. Let's see. Deepak says algorithm predicts 60% chance to play. Kyler Murray yesterday was testing out his hamstring on the length of the field. Yeah, I guess my concern with Kyler is like if he plays, he's not going to be his 100%. He's not going to be a dude who runs around a lot. He's not going to be able to escape the pocket to a high degree, like, which is what makes him great. So I don't know. I would obviously you'd rather have Murray in your lineup, but if reports just continue to feel like a 50-50 gut check to you up until game time, I'm probably going to roll Pacheco. Good news for you though is both of those guys are night games, right? Like good news for you is make sure obviously you put Matt Ryan in the quarterback slot on top of your roster, and then you'll have till Sunday night to hear the reports about Kyler. Obviously, it's gonna be a game time decision, but it is Wario. If Njoku is active, play him over Pitts, or give me a weekly play, or give me a week playing before I put him in the lineup. Fuck tight end. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on Njoku as well. I'm gonna roll Pitts there. Pick 2, flex full PPR. Drake, McKinnon, Campbell, Mike Will if he plays. Full PPR. Oh boy, this is an interesting one. There's a lot of curveballs here. There's a lot of things up in the air, obviously. I don't know if you have the opportunity to wait on him because you have Campbell, who's a 1:00 game. You got Kenyon Drake, who is also a 1:00 game. So if you want to play those two, you got to get him in early. And I do think I would rank, I'm assuming that's Kenyon Drake, not Drake London. I would rank Campbell and Drake above McKinnon for sure. He's got almost no ceiling. I like Kenyon Drake, and I do think that even with Gus coming back, like they're still going to rely on him as like the guy in the backfield at least for like another week. Campbell, I like. He's been awesome with Matt Ryan under center. Obviously, a tough matchup against Philly. Michael, if he plays, I did update my rankings to include Mike Williams in there if he does play. I have him as wide receiver 23. So I have him high enough to the point where that's definitely above Campbell. Like I don't have Campbell as a sure thing wide receiver 2. So if he plays, I would prefer him over Paris Campbell. So I'd go probably Drake and Mike Will. But if you can't wait on Mike Will, like, if it continues to just say game time decision and you don't really have a good glimpse into it, I'd probably roll Drake and Campbell. Full PPR, Pacheco or Swift? Also, do you think Swift returns to form? I do not think Swift returns to form this week. Can he have a good week? Absolutely. Each week that goes by, he's probably getting a little bit more and more healthy, which means the opportunity of him or the chance of him, breaking away on a big play could come back and make me look like a fucking moron. If this is my team, I'm starting Pacheco. I feel way more confident with him. Higher floor. Probably Swift honestly might have a higher ceiling, but I think the percentage chances of him hitting that ceiling are much lower than Pacheco. So I'll roll Pacheco there. When is the latest you update your rankings? Sunday morning, 1 hour before kickoffs, or when everything is necessary? No, I definitely always do ranking updates. At least, like last weekend we were coming back from fucking Penn State and I was in a van driving a car, honestly, so I couldn't actually update them, or in a car while I was driving. But like tomorrow I'll obviously be here, so I will be I'll be updating them as soon as like injury news comes out and shit. So I'm not sure what time that'll be. Maybe 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I'll have like my final like normal rankings ready, but obviously as injury news comes in, game time decisions and shit roll in, like those will be updated in real time. Whatever you are, I wish you well. Sunday morning's gonna hurt like hell. What else we got for me? What are your favorite Prizepicks plays for this week, people? What are we looking at here? Fucking share the scrizzy. There we go. Brian Robinson, Samuel, or Swift, 2-point PPR. Oh, God. Well, like I said, I really do not like Samuel at all with Heineke under center. He doesn't get targets. It's all Terry. Swift, I'm obviously a little bit down on. Brian Robinson hasn't caught a ball since he was in fucking college. So that makes him a little bit ugly, man. I guess full PPR, 2-point PPR, that makes it a little bit closer between Swift and Brian Robinson. Yikes. Let me look into something real quick for you. Got to see the routes run here for DeAndre Swift the last few weeks. Oh, I can't do it. Wait, I can. Let's go. DeAndre Swift's actually been running a decent amount of routes. It's kind of surprising. Him and Justin Jackson are very close in terms of routes run. Damn, how do y'all feel out there about this? Brian Robinson or DeAndre Swift, 2-point PPR? Robinson's got the volume. Robinson's got the matchup. Robinson's probably got a little bit of touchdown equity. So I lean Brian Robinson, but I think this shit might actually be a coin flip. Full PPR, Mike Will or Gabe Davis. Give me Gabe Davis there. They're going to Detroit. Weather will be fine for that game. Just give me Gabe Davis over Mike Will, who's coming back from multi-week injuries. What up, Cadwaladar? Olader. Get dome. All right, let's get back to that prize pick. Sheesh. Yep. B Hicks knows what's up. Yeah, that I might be overthinking it, even considering Swift, honestly. See what we got here. Yeah, this was the other one. Cortland Sutton, Greg Dulcich. Again, with Jerry Jeudy out, the passing game gets extremely condensed. So I fuck with that square. Devontae Adams, Foster Moreau is a little bit sexy. TJ Hawk and Tony Pollard feels kind of cool too. Deonta Foreman and DJ Moore, I kind of love as well. I think I'm going to take that. And then I think I'm going to take Sutton and Greg Dulcich. And we're going to hit that with a hundo, not a hundo 99 spot. Yeah, we're going to hit with a hundo. Boom. Let's ride, baby. Half PPR, pick 2 out of Gus, Damian Harris, DPJ, and Elijah Mitchell. So Gus is a dude that I'm waiting to see what kind of workload they give him from coming back. So he's going to be a sit for me. I think I like DPJ there. And Elijah Mitchell. Assuming you mean Elijah Mitchell, not more. So I think I like the last two. Nick Chubb, 74.5 rushing yards. I don't hate whatsoever. Again, they're going to be in Detroit, so weather shouldn't be a problem, really. Deonta Foreman, 58.5 rushing yards. Has the Ravens' run D gotten, kind of nice? Let's dig in. Yeah, they're not bad. Top half. Too shabby. Saquon, 98.5 versus Detroit. High number, but, I mean, Detroit, Ooh, B-Rob, 63.5. I kind of like the under here. I feel like they're just putting this line up based on last week. We're going to hit the less on that. Demont versus Atlanta. I wonder what's Demont's fucking total rushing plus receiving yards. What's Robinson's rushing plus receiving? I wonder if they even fucking factor him into having receiving yards. Don't even put him on the line. Don't even give him a damn line. It's crazy. Cell phone without service. Michael Carter, 60.5 versus New England. Feels a little high. Demont, 83.5. I could see him doing it. I could see him doing it without Khalil Herbert. I could see him getting 22 touches. I think I'm going to rip this. Actually, damn, Justin Fields be taking way too much fucking work, though. Why does this not let me rip? That's the NFL. Nope, that's the NFL. Here we go. A single touchdown at any of these guys. I don't hate JT versus Philly with Matt Ryan there. I don't hate Joe Mixon against Pittsburgh. A little Mondre action. Hang. How you feeling about Justin Herbert the rest of the year? What are his passing yards lines right now? I probably don't have them up because we don't know about Keenan and Mike Williams. They do 272.5. That's interesting. I mean, I feel a lot better about him now than I did, at the beginning of the week. He's got a really good schedule the rest of the way. And, if things go well this week, if Mike Williams can now play, they don't suffer any sort of setback, I could see this being like a really, really sexy finish to the year. Yeah, just looking at his schedule, Chiefs, Cardinals, Raiders, Dolphins, Titans. Holy shit. Colts, Rams. Like that's it right there. Got to feel good. I mean, it might be a little bit too late, a little too fucking late. I got Herbert like everywhere. All my Superflex leagues, I ended up with Herbert. Ended up fucking just killing me, man. Wasting a fucking first round pick on him. Should have just stuck with wide receivers. Or Mahomes. Saquon, 0.5 rushing touchdowns? Yes, sir. We're just going to hit the more on both of these. Fuck it. I feel like Saquon's just going to rip away a 60-yard touchdown. Yep, Chris knows. Chris knows. What else we got going on? What y'all been up to this weekend? Talk to me. Yell at me. Make me feel something. Where'd my phone go? Why did I just get fucking 72 emails? All right. Oh, well, for those y'all that have been hanging out and stuck around, guess what? Woo, you are the lucky ones to hear about this Davante Adams helmet. If you're not already signed up on Pristine Auction, get your ass on there and use our code BDGE when you sign up. You're going to get that shit for free. You're going to get entered into the raffle for free. If you decide to go browse around, they got helmets, they got bats, they got fucking balls. They got everything that anyone who's ever stepped foot on a sports field could sell. Every player, every prop, everything. All right? And if you want to dive into an auction and you get on there and you use code BDGE, it's going to give you $10 towards your first auction. So it's going to get you entered into this raffle absolutely free. But it's also going to get you $10 towards your first auction. Go check out Pristine Auction. The link will be down below. It'll be there chilling. What else we got? We also just dropped the Penn State vlog. So the team went to Penn State last weekend. Good ass time. Very, very good time. Ikey Baby worked hard on the vlog this week and it ripped. And, it's up on the channel now. So we appreciate you, checking it out, letting us know what you think about it. And, that's going to wrap for the week. So thank you all for hanging out with me on this Q and Assault Saturday. You guys wasting your time. You love to see it. I love y'all more. Pristine Auction, Prizepicks, everything code BDGE. No matter what website you're on, you just type those words into it and you'll get a discount somehow. All right? Hit the button that looks like this. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see y'all on Monday for that live stream. Just turn your noties on. Love you. I'm out.